Ladies and gentlemen, club football is indeed back, and what a beautiful return from international break. Barcelona embarrassing Nico Williams and his Athletic Club 4-0, going back home to the Camp Nou, to the beautiful Camp Nou. What a beautiful game that was. And then the following day, November 23rd, 2025, Real Madrid, yet again, dropped points in La Liga, tying to Elche 2-2. Back-to-back dropping points, back-to-back ties. What is good with Real Madrid? I guess that loss to Liverpool is still hurting them because that is 3 games in a row now where they're losing. Basically, these have to be felt like losses at this point, especially with the games today against Elche, where, let's not get it twisted, as much as they tied, Elche 100% deserved something from this game. They deserved to win it. They were all over Real Madrid. They were the superior team. It looked like Elche with the bigger team today, while Real Madrid with the small La Liga side, mid-table side, who were just there to compete, to try and survive, while Elche were actually trying to win, actively win, play good football, and dominating their opposition. So, unlucky for Elche, because, of course, trying to hold these results is difficult, because as much as Real Madrid look bad, they still have quality, right? They still have quality that can cause problems. Like today, Trent Alexander-Arnold in the second half, basically putting in dangerous balls every second, trying to get back Real Madrid, trying to get Real Madrid back in the game. And of course, they have clutch players, for sure. No one's denying that Real Madrid have talent. But now the question marks are going towards Xabi Alonso. What are you doing? What was the setup today? I know a lot of Real Madrid fans were asking for them to return to this setup. Basically, Xabi Alonso Bayer Leverkusen days. Basically, Xabi Alonso back to early Real Madrid days like we saw in the Club World Cup, for sure. But was today the right call to make that kind of choice? Was today the right day to do it? Because as much as there was definitely a lot of negatives in this game because of the formation they played, the way they set out today, you can say when other players return, like Tchouaméni, like Militao, it could go different, right? I can definitely say that. But at the same time, man, they look god-awful today. And it's looking like this setup was a wrong decision for sure because, wow, how easily Elche just played through them. It was embarrassing. But let's quickly talk about it, bro. Let's quickly talk about what we witnessed today. But yeah, Elche, Real Madrid, 2-2. Real Madrid's second away game in a row. And I'm pretty sure now they have Girona next, away as well. And Olympiacos away as well. A lot of away games. So let's not get that twisted, though. Let's not get that mother effing twisted, though. But it's because we're playing away games. Barcelona, the first 3 games of La Liga, 3 away games, by the way. We won 2, we tied 1. I'm just saying. I guess one team can handle away games. The other one, they struggle a little bit because they lost to Liverpool as well. But this is the way that Real Madrid is set up today. Thibaut Courtois in goal. Backline, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Raúl Asensio, region. Real Madrid. Sergio Ramos, region. Raúl Asensio, Dean Huijsen, Alvaro Carreras. Fran Garcia. Midfield of Arda Güler, Jude Bellingham, Dani Ceballos. And up top, Rodrigo and Kylian Mbappe. Again, this is the setup that a lot of Real Madrid fans wanted. This is what they wanted to see, man. This is exactly what they wanted to see. They wanted to see Real Madrid go back to Xabi Alonso go back to his roots, right? What worked for him at Leverkusen and what worked for him in the Club World Cup as well. In the Club World Cup, Real Madrid actually looked pretty well at times. I would say there were some games where they didn't look that great against like Al Hilal and obviously against PSG. But, this is what they basically signed Xabi Alonso for, right? Because where Leverkusen, he was ultimately successful playing this kind of formation, playing this kind of setup, and they want to see it with Real Madrid. But today, it did not work. And it was very weird, right? I want to ask Real Madrid fans this. What is good? I know there's been a lot of talk between Vinicius Jr. and Xabi Alonso. Their whole relationship is non-existent. Apparently, they don't like each other. At least Vinny doesn't like him. Xabi Alonso, at the beginning, it was looked at as, hey, Xabi Alonso is putting his foot down, telling the whole team basically that he's the one in charge, he's the one that makes the decisions. If he doesn't want you to play or he doesn't think you're, set up to play against this certain team, he's going to bench you, right? And a lot of people praised him, Xabi Alonso, for making these kind of decisions. Obviously, the one player that he hasn't done it with was Kylian Mbappe, because Kylian Mbappe has basically played every single game, and I understand why, because he's scoring, right? But it's kind of weird now at this point because Rodrigo so far this season has looked god-awful. He's looked god-awful. Vinny hasn't been amazing either, but he's offered more than Rodrigo. So him starting this game, it gets me wondering. I know Vinny played an international break. He played, I think, like basically both games 90 minutes for sure, but I don't know, bro. I don't know. Rodrigo today, man, he was non-existent, basically. Non-existent. He had like one chance where he shot it. with a great with a great save from Iñaki Peña. But besides that, nah, not too impressed. But again, just looking at the setup right now, it's cause for concern. You know, if I was a Real Madrid fan and I saw this before the game, I'd be concerned because as much as there's a lot of attacking prowess with Mbappe, Bellingham, Rodrigo, Trent playing as a wingback. Finally, you know, everyone wanted to see that happen again. The midfield is very concerning, and throughout the game, we saw the concerns, right? Because basically at this point, you're playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attackers. Because Arda Güler, he's an attack-minded player. Playing him in a double pivot makes absolutely no sense. It's just very like cause for concern at this point. It's cause for problems at that point because Arda Güler, as much as he can put in the work, he can fill in. It's not ideal, right? And that's why I was mentioning earlier, you know, maybe when other players come back, like Tchouaméni comes back, it'll probably look different. Maybe Camavinga should have started this game. I don't know. But playing Arda Güler in a double pivot makes no sense, right? Dani Ceballos, I mean, as much as he can, you know, cause some defensive, you know, contributions, he's not the best either, right? He's still not that perfect defensive midfielder that people would think he is compared to like Alex of Tchouaméni, who can put up a clean tackle and win balls pretty easily, right? When Camavinga came in, actually, like he was actually making some pretty good defensive contributions, so maybe he should have started, right? But I don't know. And yeah, it's very concerning. I don't understand why he was set up this way because why I'm saying Trent Alexander was an attacker because one, he was playing as a wingback, but two, today we basically saw what Trent Alexander was about. What he's all about, what his game is about, right? Attacking, going forward, Jesus Christ. He can cause incredible damage. Incredible damage. Then second half, he was putting in dangerous balls after balls after balls. All right? And then we saw the other half of him where, oh my God, defensively, he is horrendous. He is horrendous. Any top winger going up against him, they're absolutely going to cook him. Absolutely going to cook him. And the one guy who was absolutely cooking him was Valera. What a game he had. What a game he had, bro. Like every time he had the ball, he was just driving at players, at any Real Madrid player at that point with such confidence, driving past Trent Alexander with such confidence so easily as well like that. What a game he had. But yeah, Trent Alexander, we saw both halves what his game is about. So basically, Real Madrid were left in the dirt. We're left in the mud at that point because we saw during that first half and that second half how Elche came into this game with such confidence, right? And that was one of the most frustrating things so far with this season is how trying to hate watch Real Madrid. I wish I did a hate watch today. I couldn't. But that was the one frustrating thing, how a lot of these other teams played with, it looked like they had no confidence going up against this Real Madrid team. But today, Elche showed the complete opposite and were playing with such confidence, amazing possession of football. Some of the individual plays, I'm like, wow, finally, players are playing with IQ, finally look confident to go up against Real Madrid, standing up to the occasion of what it is playing against Real Madrid, right? Everyone today on Elche's side were excellent. Excellent. They all played with such confidence that allowed them to cause problems to Real Madrid, right? In that first half, I would say it was pretty even. Real Madrid had their chances. Elche had their chances. I think they both pretty much had clear-cut chances. The clearest chance from Real Madrid was that one cross. I think it was Trent to Mbappe with a great save from Iñaki Peña. And the other one was not this guy. This guy right here. Garbage. Straight pass into the box, and you shoot it right at at Courtois. How do you do that? How do you do that? Wow. What a terrible. When Hector Ford took the ball of Alvaro Carreras and Silva sets up Mir basically for a free goal and he shoots it right at Courtois. I don't know what he was doing there. But I would say first that was 50-50. Which is, you know, again, as a Real Madrid fan, cause for concern because how are Elche playing you like that, right? Of course, going away to the opposition's home, like it's difficult, right? It will be difficult, but in the manner that Elche played against them, it's very embarrassing, I would say. But that second half, even more embarrassing, bro. Even more embarrassing because Real Madrid all over the place. And again, the problem caused was in that midfield. That midfield was abysmal. Because how many times I saw Elche just make passes through the channels, make passes through just easily through the middle, and then boom, one little half turn, and they're boom, going to attack. Boom, going to attack Real Madrid and cause some problems. Terrible. The press, horrendous as well. Terrible. Elche had such confidence playing from the back, such confidence driving from the midfield going forward, getting into Real Madrid's box pretty easily. Like, it was bad, man. It was bad. And then it led up to the first goal, which was such a beautiful goal. Because, again, Elche just outplayed Real Madrid. Pass after pass after pass after pass until finally they find that opening gap to score a beautiful goal from Febas. I don't know why I said Phobes. I thought I saw no. Febas. What a beautiful goal. Ex-Real Madrid player, by the way. So, you know, he was definitely feeling in his heart a little bit, but still, he was like, all right, fuck them. He's 29 years old, so what does it matter anymore? But beautiful goal. What a beautiful goal. Trent Alexander-Arnold just caught off guard, I guess. He just didn't see the pass go behind, like the player Febas go behind him. Beautiful back heel to Febas, and then beautiful finish for Elche to go 1-0. Deservingly. And from there, go at it. Elche going at it, continue to dominate. And then Xabi Alonso surprises the whole world. Early changes with Vinicius Jr. coming in, Federico Valverde, and I think it was Camavinga. All three of these players came on in the 57 minutes, so pretty early changes, like 10 minutes into the first half, 12 minutes to be specific. And also Gonzalo Garcia coming on pretty early as well, who a lot of Madrid fans were also like begging for him to finally get some minutes. And then what was hilarious about that Gonzalo Garcia comes on, and then it pans directly into Endrick, like, who looks so depressed. Yeah, he's itching to finally leave in January, I think, to Lyon. So we'll see how that goes for him. But some very early changes, because Xabi Alonso clearly, understands that he needs to make some changes. Fran Garcia comes off. Who comes off? It was Fran Garcia, who, oh my God, bro, I don't understand how he's still at Real Madrid. I don't, like, when that contract runs out, yeah, he's done. He's not getting no extension, that's for sure. Dani Ceballos comes out, and Rodrigo, who comes off as well, who was pretty bad today as well. But so yeah, they brought up a lot of attackers, but it didn't really lead to much until they got their first goal back from Dean Huijsen, right? Again, Trent Alexander-Arnold was basically the main protagonist for Real Madrid to make a comeback, because he was putting dangerous ball after dangerous ball. A lot of them, he got it pinpoint, but they just couldn't control it. They just couldn't do anything from them until the one cross to Jude Bellingham, who brings it down he gets a little touch onto it, and Dean Huijsen just, taps it in basically for them to go back 1-1. I'm like, fuck, it's done. It's done, because he scores in the 78th minute. I'm like, all right, Elche, you put up a great game. You've been doing very well, but what can you do? You're playing against Real Madrid. They have quality. They have quality, and this is what the other thing that I've noticed with a lot of these other teams that play against Real Madrid. They step up for 10, 20, 30, 40 minutes, and then the rest of the game, they completely fall apart. And it's natural when you're going up against a team that's clearly better than you and has more quality than you, right? So it's natural. But I was like, damn, how Elche were playing, I thought they deserved more. And then minutes later, another guy who I remember very clearly back in his Real Madrid days, Álvaro Rodriguez. Damn, he's 21. Holy shit, he's young as hell. Álvaro Rodriguez comes on and scores a beautiful goal to bring Elche 2-1. But the funniest part about that goal, the region, Sergio Ramos region. What was that defending, bro? He was like, and then Alvaro just shoots it, and I think Courtois maybe could have done a little bit better. He got like a fingertips towards it, but yeah, it's just embarrassing defending from Real Madrid again. Again, just how easily they just get to the box. How easy, just one little 1-2, zero press, terrible press, and wow. I would say Real Madrid, the last 20 minutes, like the last 15 minutes, 20 minutes, did improve the press a little bit. But again, Elche were just so excellent today that they got away from it pretty easily. And they did very well getting away from it. And then boom, Alvaro scores 2-1. But it's not rainbow and sunshine for us Barcelona fans, because Jude Bellingham gets a goal. Again, pretty good setup goal. Kylian Mbappe brings it in. He saves it from going out, and Jude Bellingham with a tap in. Jude Bellingham first gets a shot off. Save from Iñaki Peña. It was about to go out for a corner, or I think it was for a corner, and then Mbappe saves it before it goes out, and then Jude Bellingham easy tap in, 2-2. 2-2. There was controversy. Should have been a foul. Should have been allowed, because Vinny gets his leg hits Iñaki Peña, but I wouldn't say it was a foul. Like, he was trying to go for the ball. It wasn't anything clear cut to have any type of, maybe you could say some type of influence, because it maybe delusionized a little bit of Iñaki Peña when he was trying to get back up, but I wouldn't say anything major to really affect them not getting that goal, really. But all right, 2-2. 8 added minutes of extra time, and then nothing happened. Elche again, very resilient today. They do get a red card. They go to 10 men at some point, but Real Madrid were just god awful going forward, man. If it wasn't for Trent making crosses, pretty much again, they did have some clear cut chances, like in the first half, second half too, where there was this one run where Jude Bellingham wins the ball. Vinny threw, basically him and Mbappe threw on goal, and Vinny just completely messes it up. Vinny came on today and was god awful. He was god awful today as well. 10 times harder. I don't know when it's going to happen, but wow, he was abysmal today as well. And overall, the only player that they can really praise from this Real Madrid team was Thibaut Courtois. He had an excellent game, and again, just saving Real Madrid from embarrassment. Saving Real Madrid from embarrassment. So, but the rest of the team, I can't give credit to any of these Real Madrid players. Trent, I guess, for the second half where he was putting in dangerous balls. The rest of the team, like Jude Bellingham, apparently to football gets man of the match. I don't know how. He gets a goal and assist. All right, cool. That's stats. But throughout the whole 90, I wasn't impressed at all with his performance at all. Like in the midfield, Elche looks so much better. They look so much better in the midfield today compared to Real Madrid's midfield. And Mbappe, again, gets the assist, but his performance today, right? People are going to say, oh, he's not getting fed, that's why. I don't care. It's Kylian Mbappe. You expect more. You expect more. He was bad today. And Rodrigo, yeah. And the subs, again, none of these players did anything today that impressed at all. Camavinga, again, when he came on, he showed like maybe, okay, he should be starting over Arda Güler, playing as a double pivot. Who knows? That's another major question mark now. Because if you're going to go back to the system, where are you going to play Arda Güler? At that point, it's between Arda Güler or Jude Bellingham. And Jude Bellingham, in my opinion, should start over Arda Güler. So Arda Güler has to the bench. Because your double pivot cannot consist of Tchouaméni and Arda Güler. No. You have Camavinga there. It has to be Camavinga, right? Or Dani Ceballos, one of them, to play as a double pivot. Not Arda Güler. I'm just sorry. I don't think it happened. But, I mean, I hope it does continue to happen because we'll see more mistakes. But we'll see. I mean, we'll see what Xabi Alonso decides to do. But that's definitely some cause for concern. And Elche, again, props to everyone. Hector Ford, what a game he had. I was so impressed with his performance today. Iñaki Peña makes him some crucial saves. Again, Valera, what a game he had. Febas, beautiful performance in the midfield today. Like, the whole team just round of applause for Elche. Beautiful performance from them. Deserved to get something from this game. Unfortunately didn't, but hey, at least they walked away with something. At least they didn't lose, because if they lost today, we would have 100% say, yeah, unlucky. Extremely unlucky. But Real Madrid do go top of the table because they are now 1 point ahead of us. It went from 5 to 3, now to 1 point advantage. 1 point. But we beat you in the Clásico. We're going to win the league now. Okay. All right, buddies. So, Barcelona's worst season so far, terrible season, is only 1 point behind Real Madrid. Interesting. What does that say about them? But yeah, Real Madrid today, god-awful. Elche, beautiful performance. Congrats to you guys. You guys put up a great performance, and I will be watching you guys a lot more this season because today's performance, I don't think it's something just one-off. It's been something we've been seeing throughout the season so far, so I will be excited to watch a lot more of their games. But beautiful performance for them. Thankfully, did the job for us to, make Real Madrid drop points. I wish they would have lost because that would have been beautiful for us because we would have been top of the league. But yeah, at least we got something. But yeah, guys, a lot of great sensations as a Barcelona fan. Real Madrid fans, I'm sure they're really pissed off right now because they have Olympiacos next, who realistically, again, they should be beating. But 3 away games in a row. Lost to Liverpool, tied to Rayo, tied to Elche. Now away to Olympiacos. Yeah, I don't know, man. Real Madrid fans, you guys should probably be worried because away from home, clearly, you're not that good. But yeah, guys, that was the video for today. Let me know down in the comments who was your man of the match. Man of the match in the end went to Iñaki Peña, and I would agree with that. Even I'd give it to Valera, to Febas. I'll give it to one of them. No one from Real Madrid. Definitely not Jude Bellingham. But let me know who in the comments, who was your man of the match, what you guys thought about the game. Are you happy? Are you pissed off, Real Madrid fans? Let me know. If you're a Real Madrid fan, be honest with me. How are you feeling about your season so far? How are you feeling about Xabi Alonso? How are you feeling? Let this be a therapy session, all right? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, subscribe, favorite, hit the notification bell for every time we upload. Share to your friends who love football, and I'll see you guys in the next video, whenever that is. Much love, take care, and peace.